Damn, these are $210? Jeez. Yo, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look at these bad boys right here. This is just a box, but they actually made the original box in black. These used to come in just the silver Jordan box, okay? So that was the first Jordan branded box that we've ever seen as Jordan fans way back in 1998. I believe it was 1997, 1998, but still, because we saw them with the 13s before the 14s. However, this, my friends, is the Air Jordan 14 Winterized, but on the box label, it just says Air Jordan 14 SE. The SE does mean special edition. They do a little bit more with the SE versions of shoes, so that does include all the other stuff as well. So any other retro that you see, whether it's an Air Jordan 1, an Air Jordan 1 Mid, Air Jordan 1 Low, an Air Jordan 4, an Air Jordan 3, what have you. If they say SE, they're gonna be a little bit more premium than the regular stuff, hence the crazy price tag of $210. I really wanna know what you think about these, but first we're gonna talk about just the shoe itself. Did you wanna know what I think about these?
Yeah.
I actually don't hate them. I think that they are better looking every time I look at them. When I first saw them though, holy shit, it was jarring. It was very weird. I was like, what the f is that? You know what I mean? Like, it was so strange to me. But the more that I look at them, especially in hand, it's a really nice pair of shoes. I love 14s in general. I don't love brown, so that was like my main thing, where it like was like a big punch in the face of like just lots of dookie right here. Yeah. But they do remind me of previous Air Jordan 14s that have released that I wish would have been retroed instead, but you know, we got these instead. Maybe they'll retro these colorways in the future, but back in the day, they did the Air Jordan 13 Low in the chutney colorway. And I thought that those were gorgeous. And then I thought that we were gonna carry that over to the Air Jordan 14 the following year, but instead they did the Air Jordan 14 Low Ginger. I didn't like them, at least at first. I love the UNC lows, but I did not like the ginger colorway. However, the more that I would look at them, the more I fell in love with them, which is something that's pretty normal.
You got a track record.
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm not just talking about me though. I'm talking about like Jordan heads. Like a lot of times when we saw the first shoe, we were always kind of like, what the f is this? You know what I mean? Like, it was so different. A lot of us had to warm up to the designs, which is funny because most of those shoes end up being my all-time faves. So anyways, I thought that the Air Jordan 14 Low Ginger over time is just a great looking shoe. I really wish that those would get retroed. We got the Laney colorway retroed before. We've never had the Gingers. I would have loved that. But then when they did start retroing the 14s back in, I think it was like 2006, something like that, 2005, 2006, they did this dark cinder colorway. I don't know if you remember these. They were all white. These little teeth things right here that are on the midsole, that's what this reminds me of, where it's kind of like really dark brown. On the dark cinder colorway, it was kind of a more metallic-y paint and finish because these are, you know, made out of after a car. And then I remember the little tail lights or whatever, which is back here. I'll show you them in a second, but they were chutney. And I was like, oh, finally we got like a chutney-ish of the Air Jordan 14, you know, however many years later. Here we are now, still without those retros, but I guess this is cool too. So the Air Jordan 14 sits atop.
Herringbone traction.
It sure does, man. It looks great. I love this. This whole shoe is based off of a Ferrari, one of MJ's cars. That's why I thought the chutney thing was moving over to the 14, because the chutney colorway of the 13s was made specifically because MJ had the Ferrari with that color of his interior. And so they were like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we just made a shoe like that? Yeah, it was. It looked amazing. So I thought that with the car shoe, we were gonna get, you know, a chutney colorway. We didn't. But yes, we have herringbone on the outsole. It looks great. I love the little pivot point. I always thought that this is cool. If you're from our area, which is the Bay Area, San Jose, we weren't allowed to wear these. And if we did, you better be able to run fast. And then we have a carbon fiber plate on this particular colorway. Not every colorway of the Air Jordan 14 actually has a carbon plate, which is really interesting. Like the black and red's one of the most popular colorways, has that kind of like, what would you call it? Like louvered? You know, where it's kind of ribbed. So that's not carbon fiber, that's actually just a different type of plate. But the overall performance aspect of that plate was identical to what we have here. This plate right here is more in line with what we saw on the original white and red colorway, which is again, the carbon fiber plate. Now, as far as tech specs are concerned, we have a Phylon midsole right here. Inside of this, as far as the retros are concerned, they look just like this guy right here. So this is the setup. We have heel and forefoot zoom air. The originals were actually different, where the heel unit was just like this, but the forefoot unit was amazing. It was an articulated zoom unit, the original style. It was a 4-chambered bag. It was huge. It was dope. Does it make me upset that the original specs are not in this shoe? It used to. The shoes are still really comfortable. Like that heel and forefoot Zoom Air setup is just like in the Air Jordan 13, which I love. I think that those are mad comfortable. The 14s are no different. I would have preferred the original setup. I don't think that they make those bags anymore though. I'm pretty sure that those were discontinued long ago. They used to be used in many shoes. I just don't think that they make them anymore. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we would have seen them in a retro by now. Now the upper on these guys is where everything's really changed. This is the winterized aspect of the shoe. We basically have this super nice treated nubuck. They claim that it's waterproof. I'm not gonna try it out. Feel free if you're going to. I'd love to know like how this wears, because usually nubuck like this, you get it wet and it stains. So whatever they did to this, they must have treated it kind of like the Winterized 4s, but that was more of a waxed nubuck, which I was expecting on something like this. That's been labeled as Winterized, which we did not get. This literally, like you could see, man, that's nice. They do come with additional laces, by the way, so if anybody was wondering, they come with the black laces. I do think that they would probably look a little bit better. This reminds me of Christmas for some reason, like Christmas Nuts, like that show.
Kicking it?
Yeah, our kid used to watch this show, and there's this kid that would always say Christmas nuts. These look like Christmas nuts to me. The tongue is not like the original. The original tongues were a nubuck material, and this is not that. This is actually like, feels like a Cordura almost, a little bit similar to what's along the upper of the Air Jordan 11. Not identical, just feels similar to, but I believe that that is going to be a winterized aspect of the shoe as well. Kind of like Gore-Tex. I should have just said Gore-Tex. I do really love what they did with the logo right here though. This Ferrari style logo, like this is sick, dude. It's like hella rubbery. I really like this. Like if this was a keychain, I'd be totally for it. Something that I think is really interesting though, a winterized shoe, right? They waterproof the out of everything, including the tongue and all that stuff, but the air scoop is still there.
Well, you need some ventilation.
But do you though? In the rain, you waterproofed everything, but you left the hole in the bottom so the basement can flood. It's just weird.
But if it wasn't there, you would be upset.
Yes, but still, I just think it's strange. It's like, oh, you did all of this stuff to waterproof your shoe, except for that part. So don't step in a puddle, folks. It'll get in there. I love the back. It's a great looking booty. Hey. And yes, again, this is based off of a Ferrari. So what we have here is a very sporty looking shoe. Fun fact, this is the Air Jordan 14, and there are 14 Jumpman between both pairs on the sneaker.
So 7 and 7.
7 and 7. You guys are gonna find more on the retro because of the size label. There's another Jumpman on there, but that one doesn't count because it wasn't there originally. Okay?
So there's 16.
There might be a little bit more than that.
8 and 8.
You never know. Oh, I'm not done.
I thought you were done.
I'm not done. I have to show this one piece, okay? Because...
No, just restart.
No.
Yes.
No. Just try to cut it short. You cannot cut that out. You cannot cut that out, okay? You can't keep it real for me. And then when you mess up, you're like, nope, that'd be perfect. No, hell no. But anyways, these guys are not identical to the original insoles of the Air Jordan 14, but they're pretty close, okay? They got additional cushion in there. These are little additional EVA foam pads. I think that this is great. Again, they're not quite like the originals. The originals were better than this. I do have a pair somewhere. I just don't want to dig them out right now and show them. But yeah, these are really thin actually. Like, I don't know why they do this, but it's in there. I do like it. Now I'm done. Okay, so I don't know if the 14 is a favorite of yours. You have owned a couple of pairs because I bought them for you. You actually don't like wearing them because they hurt your pinky toe.
They do. They're a pinky toe killer for wide footers.
But in this colorway, what do you think? Look, it's never a good sign when they come out right out the gate laughing.
It's just this, I don't feel like it works on this silhouette.
The brown?
Yeah, I can appreciate a brown shoe, and this is not it.
What do you think about the material though? They actually did something a little bit different with these.
It does feel really soft. I would love this on a jacket or a purse.
Yeah, but they did not do all the overlays. They actually vac-tacked.
They did.
You know, all of the design into the shoe, which I think is very interesting. I would have loved to have seen this on the Ferrari versions of the shoe, where they're just a straight up like piece of material, both the yellow Ferrari and the red Ferrari. But
I liked that one because it didn't have the ribs, because I'm not a fan of the lines.
You hear that, folks?
He likes it ribbed.
For her pleasure. That's what the marketing says,
Be
okay?
professional.
I'm trying. Do you like that? That thing's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But I would really like it if you would tell me about the sizing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size, so whatever you normally wear in your Air Jordans, that's what I would recommend. They will be available over at all Jordan brand retailers, including Phenom and Phenom Global. So if you're in the Sacramento or Elk Grove area, make sure that you're following them at Phenom916. And that's where they will let you guys know what the launch procedure is. So what just came out? Was it those women's fives, those blue ones?
Oh yeah,
the frozen
those were
joints?
pretty.
They dropped those on Instagram being like, boom, they're available now, first come, first serve. So that's what they did. So everybody's, you know, doing the Batman and Robin meme. Sometimes though, you gotta get in for like in-store raffles. Sometimes it's one-day raffles, you never know, so you gotta follow them. Turn on post notifications as well, because then it'll just automatically ding your phone when it's time.
And with that being said,
I just wanna know what you guys think about these. Do you like these, do you not? This is a weird look. Even after the original ginger colorway, which was a weird look, and even after the dark cinder, which is a gorgeous look, those look amazing. Do you remember those? I'm gonna show, hold on. That's a pretty colorway.
it just looks like it's a white and black shoe.
No, that's brown with chutney. It's glitter brown. It's exactly the way that I described them.
It looks like a white and black shoe.
It's dark cinder. They're very dark.
Like for Cinderella when she's sitting in the cinders.
Okay, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.